prepared. You sound so prepared. And this is very interesting. I look forward to seeing you as the president one of these days. You seem too prepared for this. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Thank you so kindly for that beautiful alignment. And to the second volunteer, my distinguished Toastmaster, Chidi Chukwudimadu. I'm going to create a scenario in just one paragraph, and I will expect you to align and take it on from there. So, scenario 2. I'm most sorry, Madam, I'm about to deny this visa application as I'm not convinced beyond doubt your intention as expressed in your letter of intent for this particular journey you are anticipating, especially when I juxtapose the financial documents you have presented with the intent you have declared in your letter. I am not totally convinced. However, I'll give you the next 2 minutes to restate your case again. Maybe I can be convinced on the contrary. The floor is yours, madam.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. Visa Officer. I am tempted to state imperatively that you would have no choice at the end of 2 minutes to approve my visa application. You see, I am visiting your country to be a contributor to your economic growth. I am Nigerian. I'm a proud Nigerian. If you know us well, you will know that Nigerians visit locations, no matter how remote it is on the surface of the earth, to improve that location, to make it better than it was before the Nigerian got there. If you look at the documents you have, you will realize that I am an entrepreneur. I have 5 streams of income. I own my businesses. I own a business where beads are made from recycled materials. And I know in your country you have millions of materials that should be recycled. Imagine allowing me 1 week in your location. Just imagine. It is imperative also to note that I'm not just coming to your country for work. I'm also there to play. I love to have fun. And I noticed that you have beautiful sceneries where I can have some serene moments. You're smiling and nodding your head at me. Does this mean I am getting through to you? I know sometimes you already made the decision before the interview happens, but if you open your heart, you will realize that despite the color of our skins, we are all the same. So do the right thing, Mr. Visa Officer, and stamp approved so that I can make your country better than it was before all of that. And thank you for your time. I think my 2 minutes is up. I'm waiting to get my visa approved right now.
All right. Thank you, my applicant. It's imperative for me at this point to stamp your visa because you have judiciously utilized your 2 minutes and you have been able to convince me beyond the initial doubts that you are going to be a worthy ambassador of your country when you come over here. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Thank you. That's a beautiful one from DTFGD. Who else would have done that if not one of the big elements in the house? I am not surprised. It's interesting. And I'm getting to enjoy this particular session. So for the third person, is there a volunteer? I believe the guests in the house are enjoying the moment. This is one of the best sessions of the Toastmasters meeting. I believe you are both enjoying it as well as training yourself. Like, if I go by the advice of TM Craig, I'm going to call My confusion here is that I don't want to call somebody who has a role already. So let me check. TM Abdullah. DTM Abdullah. Sorry about that. Are you there? I would really love to put
Yes,
you on the spot. Okay, please permit me.
Can I get the word of the day, please? I missed that part.
Imperative. Imperative.
Imperative,
You can find that in the chat box, which simply means essential. Essential. Okay,
Right.
thank you very kindly for agreeing to take on this table topic aspect. So I'm going to create a thought scenario in a paragraph, and I'm going to expect you to align with this scene and take it on from there. So I'm creating it now. Thank you, everybody. Next on this special list is Mr. Table Topic Speaker, who happens to be one of the very few personalities who will be privileged to have a one-on-one chat with Mr. President today. Mr. Table Topic Speaker, see as you go inside, bear in mind that you have just 2 minutes of chat time with the President, and you can talk about anything and everything. The virtual lantern is yours, Mr. Table Topic Speaker.
Thank you very much, Topics Master. Mr. President, honestly, it's imperative that we all come together as Nigerians. And interestingly, this just happened. I actually didn't plan it. Interestingly, I realized that there's nothing that unites us better as Nigerians than jollof rice, which interestingly I have on my background. It's imperative that we all see the union, the unity that jollof rice brings to people, the peace, the gathering, the joy, the smiles on the faces, and then use that as an ingredient to bring Nigeria together. Mr. President, you see, you cannot make jollof rice without tomato, pepper, salt, Maggi. It's the same thing with Nigeria. There is no Nigeria without the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yorubas, the Ijaws, and so on and so forth. So we need to understand that it takes all these ingredients to make jollof rice, just as it takes all these tribes to make a great Nigeria. Mr. President, we need to realize the strength in our diversity. As diverse as the ingredients in jollof rice are, it's imperative to realize how diverse Nigeria is as well, and use that diversity as our strength. Mr. President, I cannot overemphasize how imperative it is for us to see the comparison between jollof rice and the Nigerian state. I cannot stress how imperative it is for us to see how it takes so many ingredients to make jollof rice as it does so many tribes to make a great Nigeria. So I will urge you, Mr. President, that it is so imperative that we, as Nigerians, unite as the ingredients of jollof rice do. Over to your Topics Master. I need to change this background.
Oh my goodness, your creativity is stunning, and it's imperative on me right now to give you a slot in my cabinet, the Table Topic Speaker, because your sense of humor coupled with the creativity level is next to none. I have always seen you do this over and over again, DTM Abdullah, and you seem to be getting better at it. Very interesting. I don't know if I'm the only one who observed that, but I believe the audience and the evaluators are also there to pass their remarks at the end of the day. Let me quickly seek the consent of our timekeeper. Do we still have an opportunity to pick on one more volunteer, because my mind is telling me to choose somebody? But if we are having a want of time already, this is a good time to hand over back. Mr. Timer, please, could you please indicate to me, you can unmute yourself to do that, if we still have an opportunity to pick on one more person, or
No,
our time has
no, we have spent beyond the time allotted for table topics.
Oh, thank you very kindly. So at this point, I'm going to be handing over the virtual lectern to the Toastmaster of the day, who is going to take over from me. Toastmaster of the day, the lectern is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. Toastmasters and guests, how many of us can affirm that this has been one of the most interesting and creative table topic sessions that you've ever experienced? If you enjoyed that, can I see your chat? Just drop the chat telling us in one word, was interesting, was mind-blowing, amazing, creative, one adjective to describe that table topic session. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Olufemi Adeyinka. We really enjoyed that. Right now, we're going to be voting for the best table topics. Zoom Master, please, could you put up a poll? We're going to be voting for the best table topics, and just after we're done with that, we're going to be calling the table topics evaluator. Now, while the poll is coming up, I'm going to be welcoming our guests who came into the room after we had started. I can see quite a number of you. Welcome. This is the Pacesetters Toastmasters Club, the first Toastmasters Club in the city of Ibadan. And this is our reunion meeting. We're meeting again after a long time this year. And in a Toastmasters meeting, we just had one session, which is called the Table Topic Session. Now, all the volunteers that spoke were not prepared, as you can see, and that is very important because it helps us as Toastmasters to prepare ourselves for the ability to speak impromptu and not to be caught unawares. We also have the evaluation session, which we are going to be experiencing for the table topics in just a little bit. Now, the word of the day, some of you would have been hearing imperative, imperative, imperative. The word of the day for today's meeting is imperative. Every Toastmasters meeting has a word for the day. This is to encourage our vocabulary, to encourage us to enrich our vocabulary bank, and to let me borrow Toastmaster Craig's book titled Elevate Our Expressions. So as we perform our duties, we are going to be using the word imperative as much as we can. Zoom Master, please, is the poll ready? Can we vote? Can I get...
Please, you can send the vote to me on chat privately. I'm trying to...
Okay, so that is Kudus Adebayo, Toastmaster Kudus Adebayo, Qudus. Please, everyone, you could send a private chat to him in the chat session stating the name of the best speaker for you. We have 3 table topic speakers. The first speaker was Toastmaster Victor Udo, who spoke as the president-elect of Nigeria. The second speaker was Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudi Madu, DTM, who was convincing or trying to convince the visa officer to flip on his decision. And the third speaker is Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimo, who convinced the president to unite Nigerians like jollof rice. Okay, so those are 3 table topic speakers, and we get to vote who our best speaker for today is. We'll give just a few 30 more seconds to do that quickly, and then we would call the table topics evaluator to give us a very good evaluation. Okay, so those are the names of the speakers in the chat room. Please send privately to Toastmaster Kudus who you would be voting. And at the end of the meeting, oh, okay, so we have a poll. Thank you. Now, if you can see the poll, please just click your favorite speaker or your best speaker for today and submit. Zoom Master, can we move on? Okay, let's take 10 more
let's wait for a while.
seconds.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for voting. Thank you for voting. Can we proceed, Master?
Yes, please proceed. We have 10 votes already, but no new vote is coming in. So I guess.
Okay, thank you very kindly. So at this point, we are going to be going into the evaluation of the table topics. And to evaluate our table topic session is someone who's not new to us on this call today, Toastmaster Yusuf Akpeno. Please correct me if I'm wrong with that pronunciation as well. Yusuf Akpeno is a finance professional and investment consultant. He is currently a senior portfolio manager of one of the 2 largest pension firms in the country. Yusuf Akpeno is also a member of the prestigious CFA Institute and a member of CFA Society Nigeria. He's currently the Vice Relations Committee of the CFA Society Nigeria. He is a past president of Eagle Toastmasters Club, Victoria Island, and he led the club to achieve 10 out of 10 of the club distinguished program goals during his time. Yusuf is the current Area 17 director. His favorite quote is, "The best way to discover yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Toastmasters and guests, make welcome Toastmaster Yusuf, our table topics evaluator. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very kindly, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, for those kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back. Let me start by commending the Topics Master, Toastmaster Olufemi Adeyinka, for the brilliant delivery of the table topics session. I pretty much enjoyed myself, that I forgot the fact that I was meant to be doing the evaluation. So thank you for doing that for us. I will start by commending the fact that you started with the introduction of the session. And what that does is that it gives the guests among us to understand what we are doing and the importance of table topic session. I would also like to commend you for giving the audience the opportunity to volunteer themselves to participate in the session. And that was quite good. It gives everybody a level playing ground for them to be able to come forward and participate in the table topic session. I like the fact that you are creative and innovative about the session. You created different scenarios, and you allow your speakers to jump on the scenario and speak to it. I think that was quite innovative. It was different from the usual reading of topic and all of that. Well done. So what I would recommend we do next time is the fact that when you give people the opportunity to volunteer themselves, you must also have backup plans with regards to the names in the room that you can call up in case you don't have volunteers. I think we spent a lot of time trying to get volunteers to speak, and that eats into the time allotted for table topic session. And I also recommend that if we can make the scenarios a bit shorter. I think the scenarios were a bit long. If they could be shorter, it would have been better. So overall, it was an amazing session. Well done. So I will go on very quickly to the speakers. Toastmaster Victor Udo, who spoke as a president. His job was to address his supporters and also the co-contestants. I think you did that very brilliantly. It was as if you prepared to be the president-elect. Your speech was quite inspiring. It was motivating. I like the fact that you spoke with a lot of energy and passion, and I could believe as if you were a president-elect. you also use a quote from Joseph Campbell. There is no meaning in this life. You and I have to find a meaning to it. And I think that was quite apt. You did very well, but what I will recommend, what I will encourage is that if you know you will not be able to use your video, at the minimum, you should be able to use your picture. We could not see you. The speech could have been so great if we are able to see your face, and we will have been able to sort of connect much better to your presentation if we could see your face, or at the minimum, if we could see your picture. We could not see your picture. It is important, and it is imperative to serve as examples to others. So we need to always ensure we either show our face or we show our video. It may not be a Toastmasters event, but by virtue of being Toastmaster, anywhere you find yourself, at a minimum, you must put up your picture, even if you cannot show your video. But it was a brilliant delivery from you, Toastmaster Victor. I will move on to my DTM, Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu, DTM. You were meant to speak about visa denial. Your visa was almost being denied, and you spoke so eloquently about why your visa should not be denied. You did something very great, and that was that you saw the values that you are going to add to the country of destination. You didn't just mention your source of income, even though you mentioned that very brilliantly by saying that you have 5 businesses and you have 5 sources of income. And you mentioned the fact that you are going to add specific values to that country, and which will encourage the visa officer to consider giving you a visa. I think you did that very brilliantly. Well done. What I think you could have done much better is that the positioning of your camera did not allow us to see the gesture. I wanted to be able to see your hand movement, your gesture, but I couldn't see that. I could see the 90% of your space is being covered by your space, so I could not see the body gesture, but it was a brilliant presentation. Well done. I will move on very quickly because of time. Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimoh, EDTM. I wasn't expecting anything less. Brilliant presentation. You likened Nigeria's unity to a jollof rice, and that was brilliant. That was a well done, because we could all relate with it. Every Nigerian could connect to jollof rice, and you use that to sort of explain the importance of the unity of this country. Well done. What I think you could have done much better is for us to be able to, the video was not clear enough for us to be able to see your face. We could see the background very clearly. We could see the jollof rice, and we could all connect with it. But I also like the fact that you spoke so passionately about why Nigeria will need to come together and always live as one. Thank you very kindly for that presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I commend all our speakers. They did an amazing job. I will now relinquish the space because my time is up. Mr. Timer has been flagging the time card. Thank you very kindly. Please appreciate all our speakers and appreciate the Table Topic Master of the Day for that brilliant session. Now I will return the control to the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Deborah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, can I see your reactions or your hands? And can we just give a very resounding applause to our Table Topics evaluator, and in fact, every speaker and the Table Topics Master. Well done. Thank you so much for that wonderful and critical evaluation. Right now, before we move into the next segment, which is the prepared speeches, I can see a number of people here on the call, and I know that we have quite a number of guests, and we would want to hear your voices. So I would just be calling the people who I'm sure are guests, or who I think are guests, and you just unmute yourself, tell us your name, and tell us what you do. I can see someone I respect so very well, Dr. Adeni Adebola Atiba, called Dr. AAA. Dr. AAA, can we just hear from you in the house this morning? Okay. While he's getting to it, I think I can see Gospel Akano. Gospel Akano, can you unmute your microphone and just say hello to us? Okay, Dr. AAA.
Hello. Well done. I'm sorry,
Good morning.
I actually jumped in. I just took a stroll to my junction. I was having so much fun that I got carried away. But so great to be here. I want to say that I was once a member of Toastmasters. It's great to be back anyway. I was not active for a long time, about 4 years, but it's good to be back, and it's good to be in the midst of distinguished TM. Well done, everyone. It's beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. AAA. Good to have you back in Toastmasters, and we hope this time you'll be active. Okay, Gospel Akano, can you say hi to the house, please?
Good morning, everyone. Toastmasters in the house. Good morning. Am I audible enough?
Yes, I believe I can hear you to a good extent.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. So my name is Gospel Akano, and I'm a business person. I'm into agriculture, business. I'm also a writer. I've won so many awards in the writing, let me say writing niche. And I'm also a business consultant. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Intending Toastmaster Gospel Akano. Okay, I can see Jane Igwe here. Jane Igwe, can you unmute your microphone and say hello to us? Okay, I can see
Hello.
Nanred. Okay, Jane, hi, we can hear you.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Like I said, my name is Jane Igwe, and I'm an elocutionist. So I teach Popio's diction in English, kids precisely. And I'm also an entrepreneur, starting up. So it's a great honor to be here. I always love the presentation of the Toastmaster, and I so much adore you, Miss Debbie. And I'm so glad to be part of this session. Although I came in late, but I enjoyed the parts whereby we had the debate or the speak about the jollof rice. Oh, so good. I actually enjoyed that. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, and we hope that we continue to see you. Nara Dalun, can you say hello to us?
Hello, good morning.
Good
Can you hear me?
morning. Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. It's my first time here. I actually just logged into my email, and then I saw the mail from executive communicators. So I saw that the meeting started at 10, and I was hoping I would still be able to catch up. And yeah, I clicked on the link, and here I am. I'm happy to
You're
be here.
welcome.
Forward
And I
to
hope that
greater
you're
things
enjoying
together.
it.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
am.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
see ITM Oluwaseun. Can you say hello to us quickly? We're getting ready for our prepared speeches. Oluwaseun? Okay, how about Rotimi Agboluaje?
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Oluwaseun. Yes, we can hear you.
I'm Adeniran Oluwaseun. And I'm
Okay.
so glad to be here today. I'm a poultry farmer, and I really commend the effort of everyone who has speak here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part. Mr. Rotimi, can we hear from you? And then we'll move on to our next prepared speeches. Okay, I think Mr. Rotimi is not close to his device. So we're just going to move on Now we're moving on to our prepared speeches. The prepared speech session is a session where certain Toastmasters have prepared and worked on speeches that they are going to be presenting. And watch out, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, to see how a Toastmaster prepares and delivers a speech. They're going to be timed and they're going to be evaluated as well, just like we did for the table topics. And for our first speaker, I'm going to be bringing up the evaluator, Toastmaster Joy, but I don't see her in the room, so I will be calling on Toastmaster Yusuf Apena, who's going to be telling us the objectives and the purpose of the first speech. Toastmaster Yusuf, over to you. Hello, Toastmaster Yusuf, can
Thank
you
you,
hear me?
Madam Toastmaster of the day. Apologies, I forgot to unmute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. Toastmaster Titi Ekundayo. She is on a persuasive influence path, and she is going to be delivering Project 3 in Level 3. And the objective of our project goes as follows. The purpose of the project is for Toastmasters Titi to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. Like I mentioned, the purpose is to inspire the audience. She is supposed to present a speech that inspires the audience, and the speech content could be engaging, and the speaker could also be entertaining as well. And she has 5 to 7 minutes to deliver this project. The title of the speech is 1096 days. 1096 days. 1096 days. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, speech evaluator. I will be introducing the speaker now, Toastmaster Titilayo Ekundayo. Her life's work revolves around entrepreneurship, business development, and strategy. She is passionately building her own startup and founded jolevi.com, yes, which helps authors to self-publish. Beyond her professional pursuits, Titilayo takes pride in her love for food and oversees Fresh Chow, a business specializing in serving delectable meals. She is the president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster Titilayo, all the best with your speech.
Thank you very kindly, the Toastmaster of the day. Good morning, Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I hope that you had a restful night and your night was not as short as mine. I barely had 2 hours of sleep in the last 24 hours. And I almost canceled giving this speech. But the lessons that I've learned in the last 1096 days has spurred me to show up regardless. Now, I would like to hear our opinion. How many people, please drop it in the chat section. How many people don't like maths? In secondary school, you'd rather pay someone to do your maths assignment, or did you change your career path because of maths, or you hated your maths lecturer? I would love to hear your experience with maths. Please drop it in the chat section. For me, it was the entire opposite. I love maths. I dream of maths. I'm a flying A+ student maths. I'm doing calculus. I'm doing dy dx, all of those things that the normal people would not love. But my Achilles heel was English. English, I was a comfortable student, C student in English. I couldn't wrap my head around pronunciation. That's why when I see Toastmaster Craig, I'm all, oh God, he's going to correct my pronunciation. I don't like phonetics. I don't like to write. I rather just do calculations. Now, 2021 started and I found it imperative for me to develop my writing skills as a professional. Because part of the things or part of the ways you show thought leadership is by writing, by speaking, writing on LinkedIn, on social media, expressing yourself. And that year began and I said, okay, Titi, let's improve this. Every day you are going to write just one line and you put it out there, one line of your thought. This thought will be unique to you. You can find inspiration anywhere, but just put one line of your thought and you do it for the next 365 days. Okay, so I started. The first 100 days was, oh, people were saying, go, Titi, go, Titi, go. Like, Titi, man, you are very consistent. I know somebody that started this thing. By day 20, they stopped. You are still in day 100 and you are go, Titi, go, Titi. And then the applause started to reduce. Oh, what's happening? The novelty has stopped. It was already a normal thing. People saw it as normal. And that's when I realized that when the applause stops, when the shout stops, that's when the real work begins. On LinkedIn, I'll post my random thoughts and I'll have 1 or 2 likes. And sometimes I see my blunder and I cringe. I will use have where I'm supposed to have used as. I will use been, B-E-E-N, when I'm supposed to have used B-E-I-N-G. I was under pressure to just stop. But one day I called myself, Titi Okundayo, sit down. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this for the applause? No. Why are you doing this? I'm doing this to be better. I'm doing this to be more punchy at my expression. So I kept going. And then day 365, yay! I achieved my goal. People were like, Titi, go girl, consistency, mama, different things. And then in my congratulatory speech or celebratory speech to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I told them I'm going to go 2 more years every day doing this. At the back of my mind, I was like, oh, how are you going to make it? You don't even like writing. But what I found is that I've improved a lot in my writing in the first 365 days. The next 365 days was a little bit easier, but I discovered that the challenge was different. Now, it's already been there, done that. People know that you did random thought last year, so what's new? But I've been able to when I misses, they weren't they too. They understood because, hey, you did it last year. And then the struggle then for me was, okay, yes, people will understand if I stopped. But no, I set a target, I'm going to keep at it. It was a struggle, but yay! The 731 came. And yes, I missed a couple of days, but yeah, my English is better. I am writing more on LinkedIn. People are starting to see me in my industry as somebody that has something to say. Nice. And then came the 3rd year. Year 3, I missed more days in year 3 than year 2 and year 1 combined. But this year is my best year. The year when I will achieve 1,096 days. Not because I showed up, not because I was consistent like the other years, but because I showed up regardless. I showed up when I was tired, when I had no word of encouragement for myself. And I also showed up to say, Titi, it's okay to miss 1, 2, 3 days. I was able to extend grace to myself. I learned something more. Ladies and gentlemen, what started as developing myself just with 1 line has evolved to be 3 manuscripts for my books. I never thought I could write a book. Has evolved to bet my startup. has evolved to different great things, and people saying, Titi, you are consistent. How do you do it? How can I help you? How can you help me to be more? And ladies and gentlemen, I realized that just one step, just that seed has grown to be a tree. In the words of James Clear, the great American author, he says, if you find one thing to work on every day, 1%, at the end of the year, you find out that you are 37 times better. In every seed, ladies and gentlemen, is a tree. There are different quotes that says, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. Fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, I'm here to challenge us to take, yours might not be 1,096 days. What little thing can you do in the new year that can make you better? The Toastmaster of the day.
Toastmasters and guests, can I see your reactions for a very resounding applause for Toastmaster Titi Ekundayo? Oh my goodness. That was quite inspiring and motivating. And now I'm asking myself, do I want to take on this kind of challenge? Thank you, Toastmaster Titi. Your speech was riveting and it was inspiring. Okay, Toastmasters and guests, we've heard from one speaker. We're going to hear from another speaker. But while I call on the evaluator for the second speaker, please, can you just leave your good words and your commendation for Toastmaster Titi in the chat? Let's make her feel very good for delivering such a good speech. Coincidentally, for the evaluator of the second speech, in Toastmasters, we say a Toastmaster wears many hats. And this Toastmaster has worn multiple hats in today's meeting. And I will be calling again Toastmaster Yusuf Akpana to tell us the objectives for the second speaker, Toastmaster Jimo Abdullahi, DTM. Toastmaster Yusuf, over to you again.
Wow, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Thank you for inviting me. I think it is a privilege and an honor to evaluate DTM Abdullahi's speech. Toastmaster Jimo Abdullahi DTM is on persuasive influence path and is going to be delivering Project 2, Level 3. And the objectives are as follows. The purpose of the project is for Toastmaster Abdullahi to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Toastmaster Abdullahi is going to be focusing on using stories in a speech or creating a speech that is a story. He has 5 to 7 minutes to deliver a well-organized speech. Toastmaster Abdullahi, please break a leg. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, the evaluator. Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimo DTM joined Toastmasters in 2014 and popularly dubbed the most handsome Toastmaster. Abdullahi Jimo is a media and marketing professional who has filled various offices in Toastmasters, including past president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club, past Area 19 director, past Publicity Relations Manager, Division F, past Program Quality Director, Division F, and the immediate past Director of Division F. Toastmasters and guests, make welcome our second speaker for today, Toastmaster Jimo Abdullahi DTM. All the best, DTM Abdullahi. Over to you.
Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, it is imperative for you all to see the handsomeness. Can you see it, please? Anyway, I think the smile as a yes. But to be serious though, today I stand before you or sit before you with an imperative message, a message woven into the fabric of a compelling story that revolves around the transformative power of a single word, imperative. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and fellow Toastmasters, picture this. Have you ever found yourself caught in the loop of doing the same thing over and over and over again while expecting a different result? It is a common human tendency, and today I want to explore the imperative transformative power of changing one's environment through a story that will leave you awestruck. In the heart of a bustling city lived a young woman named Amina. Now, Amina, like many of us, was ambitious and driven. She had an imperative dream, a dream that seemed somewhat just out of reach. However, no matter how hard she worked, no matter how meticulously she planned, and how passionately she pursued the goal, success just remained elusive for her. Amina found herself trapped in an imperative circle of frustration. She would wake up every morning, engage in the same routine, face the same imperative challenges, and yet hope for a different outcome. As Albert Einstein famously said, insanity rather is doing the same thing over and over again while expecting a different result. Amina, unknowingly though, was dancing on the edge of this insanity. One day, while reflecting on an imperative situation, Amina had a moment of clarity. She realized that to break free from the monotony of her unyielding routine, she needed an imperative change, a change in her environment. Inspired by this imperative reaction, she decided to embark on a journey, both figuratively and literally. Amina left her familiar surroundings of the city she's used to, and she ventured into an unknown. She traveled to distant places. She met imperative new people and immersed herself in diverse cultures. It was during this imperative journey that she discovered the profound impact of changing one's environment. In a small village nestled between rolling hills, Amina encountered a wise elder who shared an imperative yet powerful truth. He said, if you want different results, you must be willing to embrace different perspectives. If you want different results, you must be willing to embrace different perspectives. This imperative wisdom struck a chord with Amina, leaving her awestruck. She realized that her previous attempts at success were hindered by a narrow imperative viewpoint, confined by the walls of her routine. As Amina continued her journey, she learned to adapt, innovate, and approach challenges with an imperative fresh perspective. Slowly but steadily, her dream, once elusive, started to materialize. The imperative change in our environment had not only revitalized the spirit, but has also unlocked the imperative doors she never knew existed. Fellow Toastmasters, this imperative story of Amina serves as a reminder that sometimes to achieve the extraordinary, we must be willing to step outside the ordinary. To achieve the extraordinary, we must be willing to step outside the ordinary. Now, changing our environment doesn't always mean physically relocating. It can be as simple as altering our imperative mindset, seeking new imperative challenges or experiences, or engaging with different imperative cycles of people. In our Toastmasters journey, we too can apply this imperative principle. If we find ourselves in a speech writing or public speaking rut, let us challenge ourselves to explore new imperative topics, experiment with different things, different people, different speech structures. Let us welcome constructive imperative feedback. By doing so, we open ourselves to growth and improvement. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, may we draw imperative inspiration from Amina's transformative journey, a journey that will leave us awestruck, and recognize that changing our environment, whether mentally or physically, can be the imperative catalyst for the breakthrough that we seek. As we continue our Toastmasters endeavors, let us embrace the imperative power of change, and in doing so, unlock the imperative doors to our success. Thank you, and here is to the liberating imperative journey of the transformation through changing our environment. Over to you, the Toastmaster.
That was amazing. Can I hear your applause, or can I see, in this case, your applause? Wow, wow. What a wonderful speech. DTM Abdullahi, self-proclaimed most handsome Toastmaster. Whether we agree, we're not very sure yet, but we'll let you have it for today. Thank you. That speech was quite moving, and I believe that one or two people must have picked something from that speech. If you're like Amina, it's time to step out of the ordinary to grasp the extraordinary. Now we're going to be having our third speaker, and while I call on the evaluator, please once again go into the chat and leave your reviews or your opinions for distinguished Toastmaster Abdullahi. Now, our third speech evaluator is no stranger to us in today's call, DTM Kubi Uyanga, and he's going to be evaluating the speech of another DTM, DTM Chidi Chukwudimadu. So DTM Kubi, could you please tell us the purpose of this speech?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster today, for ushering me to the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be evaluating the third speaker, Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu DTM, who is working on the dynamic leadership path. This dynamic leadership path is to help leaders to upscale their effectiveness in diverse and different situations of leadership. The speech is from the third level, Increasing Knowledge, and is the first project of that level, which is to negotiate the best outcome. The purpose of this project is for the speaker to identify the different types of negotiations and the strategies which can be deployed when negotiating, and to also share an aspect of a past or future negotiation which was part of or plans to be part of. In 5 to 7 minutes, our speaker shall deliver this speech to us, and she will be accompanied by my best wishes. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so very kindly. DTM Chidi Chukwudimadu is a strategically minded financial professional with over a decade's experience with proven expertise in performance, people, and project management. She is a chartered banker and professional scrum master. She is a wife to one man, mother to two awesome boys, sister and friend to many. She joined Toastmasters in 2016 as a charter member of the AWN Toastmasters Club. She is a dual member of the Lighthouse Prestige and Lenter Toastmasters Clubs. Chidi hones her leadership skills by serving at club, area, division, and district levels. She is a two-time past president of AWN Toastmasters, a past area director, a past Division F director. She is a club coach, sponsor, and mentor. She currently serves as the District 94 Education and Training Committee Chair. She has achieved a double Distinguished Toastmaster Award, Traditional Path and Pathways, and she has proficiency in 6 pathways, innovative planning, effective coaching, team collaboration, dynamic leadership, leadership development, and persuasive influence. Chidi is a multiple Triple Crown Award recipient and received the 2021 District 94 Silver Crown Award for completing the most parts across the district. Chidi enjoys reading, volunteering, and dancing. She loves movies and explores combat sports at her leisure. She lives by the mantra Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. Toastmasters and guests, please make welcome DTM Chidi. Over to you, DTM. All the best.
People giving money to answer it all. No one should fight alone.
Have you ever been in a standoff with a goat? I don't mean the human goat or the GOAT, greatest of all times. I mean a goatee goat with beards and blades. Meh. You see, I encountered Irina when I was 3 years old. She was my grandmother's most cherished goat. And she boasted of silky furs, beautiful beard, and she has whimsical eyes that could pierce into a person's soul. My relationship with Irina, the goat, although turbulent, I believed got us to a point where we shared a special bond of snacks and strolls. My first encounter with her, not so fun. I still have the mark on my back to remind me of that experience. You see, I visit the village every other year with my mom. And in my 5th year, I was about 8 years old when I discovered a serene shade where I could lounge and munch. It was under the cherry tree, where the abundance of cherry and calm suited my heart and my tummy. Everyone in the village knew that was Chidi's spot. And each time someone was there and they sighted me from afar, they readily gave up their spot because it was mine. I had marked it territorially. Now imagine my surprise when I visited the village on my 15th birthday, strolled to my spot and noticed markings that were not made of me. I knew I did not mark this territory, and I could not for the love of me imagine who would dare to encroach in my territory. Day after day, I kept watch, wanting to catch this thief in the act. Nobody showed up. But as luck would have it, on the 6th day, I was strolling to my spot, and a flash caught my eye. When I walked closer, lo and behold, it was Irina lying majestically on my spot, munching majestically on my cherry. Meh. That was the response that greeted me. Like, how on earth would she encroach on my spot? And all she has to say is, meh. I thought of what to do. Look at Arena. I'm like, she has to go. And so I pulled her by the horn and drew her off. Before I could get back to the spot to sit, she was there. Like, how? I did the flash. I thought again, what do I do? And I remembered, oh, it was time to lobby her to accommodate her SSS. So I offered Irina some snacks. Although she indulged me by munching and gobbling them up, she refused to move. It dawned on me that we had got ourselves an old-fashioned Ruga standoff. And there I was, heaving, panting, thinking of all the bad things I wanted to do with her. First off, was putting her on the rod and roasting her over a fire. She was going to make a delicious dinner, but I know my grandmother would not forgive me if I did that. So I thought of what to do to just make her give up my spot. I tried to be the bigger person, engaging Irina, saying, let's find the middle ground. If I give you all the cherry you can eat, and you leave my spot for me. Meh. I then realized that I had tried to use force. I had tried to bribe her. I had tried to compromise, give her my cherry, but she was not moving. I didn't know what she wanted. So I decided to ask her very nicely, Irina, what do you want? And then she looked at me with her whimsical eyes. Meh, meh. She stood up, came and tried to butt me with her hair. And I moved away. She kept butting until I moved closer to the tree. I thought the ex had won finally. And when I sat down under the soothing shade, Irina came and nuzzled beside me with her head on my thighs. And I realized, oh, wow, this was what you wanted. You wanted us to share. All right. And there we were, day after day, under the shade, lounging and munching, enjoying the calmness and the serenity. It is imperative at this point to let you know that my relationship and my bond with Irina improved and grew after that point. It was also imperative to let you know that my grandmother could not, for the love of her, understood how we went from throwing daggers at each other when I was 3 to being almost inseparable. It is imperative to let you know that Irina will be the first one to get to the gate each time I want to leave the village and be the last to leave. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, whether you're facing a goat or a grand challenge, you need to understand that the art of negotiation is not a one-size-fits-all. You need to study the situation. You need to understand what suits the situation, and then you need to apply the best fit for that situation. Only then are you able to emerge with the best outcome for everyone involved in that situation. The Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Can I see your applause? Amazing speech delivered by distinguished Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudi Madu. And wow, that brings us to the end of our prepared speeches. And we're going to be going into our final segment for today, which is the evaluation segment. Nothing we do in Toastmasters goes without being evaluated. And for this, I will be calling the general evaluator for today's meeting, which is distinguished Toastmaster Kubi Uyanga. Over to you, DTM.
Thank you very much, our Toastmaster of the day, for ushering us all the way from the beginning of the meeting down to the evaluations portion of the meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, before we head into the speech evaluations, I'd like to call on the timer to let us know how the three speakers fared with their use of time. And after we get that report, we will now vote for the best prepared speech. Mr. Timer?
Thank you very much. So TT spoke for 7 minutes 12 seconds, which means she is eligible. DTM Abdullahi spoke for 6 minutes 25 seconds, and DTM Chidi spoke for 7 minutes 39 seconds. She spoke beyond the time that that was allotted to her. Thank you.
Oh, too bad. Thank you very much, our timer. That means we are going to now vote for the two qualified speakers, Toastmasters Titi Ekundayo and Toastmaster Lahi Jimo DM. So we'll do better for today's. Unfortunately, our third speaker was a short time, but just 9 seconds, so she won't be voted for. So please, can we vote the same pattern we used in voting for the table topics respondents? We're sending our vote to the timer privately. Thank you. We'll take a few seconds to... Oh, okay, wonderful. We have a poll up here. So please vote for, remember, the two qualified speakers are Toastmaster Titi Ekundayo and Abdullahi Jimo. Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu did not meet the allotted time, so we are voting for just Toastmasters Ekundayo and Jimo. A few more seconds for the votings to be rounded off, and then we head into the evaluation of the very first speaker. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Titi Ekundayo. And to evaluate that speech, of course, it's imperative we bring forward her speech evaluator, and none other to do the honors than our area director, the excellent Toastmaster Yusuf Akbeno. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, DTM Kubi Yanga. Thank you very kindly, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be back here to provide evaluation for Toastmaster Titi Ekundayo's speech. And the speech was titled 196 Days. When I saw the title, I was thinking, what is this title all about? But Toastmaster Titi, I must commend you for your excellent delivery. I particularly like the way you started with the audience engagement. One of the ways to get the audience involved in your presentation is to ask them to do something. You ask how many people didn't like mathematics while growing up, and you requested that we should type in the chat box. I think that was quite great. What it does is that whoever is not willing to listen to you, or whoever is carried away or doing something else, is being compelled to give you the attention and listen to your speech. I like that. I also like the fact that in terms of the purpose of the speech, you were meant to inspire us. Did you do that? I would say yes, you did that very brilliantly. You told us your journey right from the time you were in school You narrated your love for mathematics and the difficulty you faced in English. And what I particularly like about your speech was the sincerity about the steps, about the difficulty and the steps you took one after the other. I also like the fact that you were able to break your journey into several parts. It was easy for the audience to sort of connect with you in terms of breaking them into the first 365 days. You mentioned the fact that when you wanted to start writing on LinkedIn, you needed to have a plan. And you told us how you created that plan. That was beautiful. You mentioned the fact that you had the first 365 days. You mentioned what you accomplished, how everybody, the Republic, Nigerian people were sharing you up. And then at the end of the first year, the applause went dry. So it was easy for us to sort of follow your story from level 1, level 2, and all of that. You went ahead to the second 365 days and you told us what you accomplished. And you also mentioned what you accomplished for the third one. And I also like the fact that you sort of use a lot of gesture in the speech. I could see hand movement. I could see body movement to sort of convey your story. And you are quite humorous as well. You have the power to sort of entertain the audience. And we were entertained by the fact that at some point in your speech, you mentioned, go TT, go TT, go TT. I think that was quite entertaining, really. And there were instances where you mentioned, yay, TT, you have to do this. So I like the fact that you told us how you self-motivated yourself to be able to accomplish what you have done today, which is by writing a book, and you narrated each of the steps. So in terms of the objective, I would say you met the objective of the speech. I will also commend you for your use of quotes. You mentioned that when the applause stops, that is when the real journey starts. I think that was quite apt. And one thing I will take away from your presentation is the fact that you were able to relate it to us. You were able to sort of encourage us that if we have a project, we want to write a book, whatever we want to do, we should just start by doing it. People will encourage us when it starts, and at one point or the other, nobody is going to be there for you. You've got to motivate yourself. So I will commend you for a job well done. But what I would advise you improve upon going forward is the fact that your video positioning did not allow me to be able to see some of your gestures. So I will encourage you, I will challenge you, if you want to deliver an inspirational speech of this nature, you may want to stand like Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu to be able to deliver it very effectively. Well, in all, it was a magnificent presentation, and I'm looking forward to you delivering more. Thank you. Back to you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yusuf Apeno. Please do not turn off your microphone yet. Just go straight on to evaluate the second speech by Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimodi here. Thank you.
All right, Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimo, my DTM. It is an absolute pleasure for me to be providing this evaluation, and I'm looking forward to become a DTM like you very soon. Thank you for that brilliant delivery. I particularly also like the way you started. You sort of provide sufficient information with regards to what you will be speaking about. Your title was Embracing Change, the Interpretative Journey to Transformation. And you spent a great deal of time to explain how we were going to enjoy the story. The purpose of your speech was for you to be able to tell a story within a speech, or deliver a story in a speech, which you did very brilliantly. You told us a story of Aminat, and you sort of used that story to explain how someone could be stuck in one place by doing the same thing all over again and expecting a different result. You use the quote of Albert Einstein, who says, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Did you meet the objective in terms of telling a story? I think you did that. I was able to capture the story of Amino, who was stuck, who could not make progress on account of the fact that she wasn't ready to sort of adopt a wider perspective. She could not try new things. She could not move to a different environment until she was able to leave her current environment and travel elsewhere. And she was able to sort of adopt a different view of life, met different people. And that story resonated with a lot of us who most likely have been stuck, maybe on our project, and we are trying to make headways. And I also particularly like the fact that you didn't just tell us a story, you were also able to relate it to Toastmasters, which makes us to be able to sort of connect to that story. You encourage us as Toastmasters that if we are not able to make progress, what we need to do is to reassess the situation, change your environment. You may not need to leave your physical place. You may need to sort of travel virtually, maybe join another club, join an American club, join a UK club. You can get inspiration elsewhere. You can get ideas elsewhere. I particularly like the fact that you were able to relate to us. I also like your use of quotes. I've mentioned the one of Albert Einstein. You also mentioned the fact that to achieve an extraordinary thing, we must be willing to step out of the ordinary. I think that was quite hard. I also commend your use of the word of the day. You use it more than 6 times. That was brilliant. You have the presence of mind to overuse the word. I also like your use of language. It was brilliant and great. And I'm learning a lot from you to be able to sort of deploy language in such a manner. It was a brilliant presentation, Toastmaster Abdullahi Jimo, and I'm looking forward to see you deliver more. Thank you. Back to you, the General Evaluator of today's meeting.
Thank you very much for the gift of the evaluation, Toastmaster Yusuf Akeno. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll now, in the next couple of minutes, share a few thoughts on the speech, Blitz and Beats, given by Toastmaster Chidi Chukudi Madu DTN. As a speech, the score I give to this presentation is 100%. Why do I say so? It is because as a speech, generally, it ticks all the boxes. It had a great opening, it had a robust body, and it had an effective conclusion. Toastmaster Chidi started with a rhetorical question, which of course grabbed the attention of the audience, and then she segued into storytelling, which of course held that attention, because in our world, stories are very, very compelling, and human beings are unable to resist listening to a story. This particular one was about the growth.
Tim Cook having problems hearing you. I think your network is acting up.
Do you want to speak without your video on so that the quality will be better? If you want to speak without your video,
and then she concluded the speech by giving an overview of what the whole presentation maintained eye contact, which was
Okay, so sorry about that. I think that we can go on to the other part of the evaluations while DTM Kubi tries to fix his network. And I will be calling on the grammarian to please give us his report. Toastmaster Craig, over to you.
Perhaps you can call the R counter first.
Okay, thank you. Let's do that then. Toastmaster Victor Udo, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Thank you.
Yeah, Craig. Yo, say, Craig, why did you decide to call me first? You want to pick it up from my head? All right, it's okay. I'm very happy. In fact, I was expecting to see more of crutch words, but unfortunately, I was disappointed somehow. In fact, I will start from the speakers. In fact, I'm really impressed with the speakers. TM Ekundayo. In fact, I was looking for M, I was looking for A, I didn't see anything. I noticed something. I noticed where you pause. I said, wow, that's beautiful. That's a good one from your end. And DTM Abdullahi, I was trying to find, but I later got one M, just one M from DTM Abdullahi. Why DTM QD? I didn't hear any M. I was still struggling to hear. I didn't hear anyone as well. And TM Kudos Adebayo. Okay, before I come to TM Kudos Adebayo, TM Olufemi Adeyinka, our table topic master, you use 5 times. In fact, it's even more than that. But because I love the question you give me, it's more than that. But I love the question you give me, so I had to So let me. I don't want to loud it too much. So use 5 times. Use once. Use or 4 times. It's a good one. You try. And what else again? I was looking for TM Yusuf. I was trying to catch him, but unfortunately, I was disappointed. He disappointed me. Let me use that. And I didn't see anything from TM Yusuf. And also our Toastmaster of the day, TM Deborah Hurricane. I just hear one M, and it was at the last stage. You really tried. I learned so much from you. At least you were just going smoothly, amazing. And TM Kudus Adebayo. I have to clear my throat for this TM Kudus Adebayo. You use that's 6 7 times. I also use M 5 times. You got to a stage I lost count, but you use 7 times and 6 times M. All right. Yes, so finally, Victor Udo. Is it there? Is Victor Udo still there? Can you hear me, Victor Udo? When he was giving his impromptu speech, Victor Udo used M 4 times. All right, over to you, the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
I think the general evaluator is back. I think
Okay.
the
general evaluator, is he back? All right, okay.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Victor Udo, our accountant, for that evaluation. If our grammarian is ready now, can we have the grammarian's report? Toastmaster Craig Oesode.
All right, is my audio loud and there is noise in the background, please? All right, thank you, Ms. Kinder, for that. As far as the word of the day is concerned, I'd like to report that Toastmasters, Kudos once, Deborah once, Femi 4 times, Chidi Price, Abdullahi 30 times, Yusuf once, Titi once, than the GE ones. Abdullah used it the most in the course of the meeting. Regarding pronunciation, I'd like to remark that the following words were properly pronounced. Titi, pressure, that's correct. DTM Chidi, realize, that's correct. Toastmaster Yusuf, December, that's correct. And Deborah's pronunciation of speech, it has a long vowel sound, a long E sound, and she was consistent in the way she vocalized that word correctly. Recommendations, perhaps 1,096 days, the voiceless, dental, fricative, consonant, phoneme, 1,096 days. And then that name is Deborah or Deborah, not Deborah. May I commend Toastmasters Titi for her use of this phrase when she said, English was my Achilles. That's exquisite English. English was my Achilles or Achilles heel. You know what that means? According to the Cambridge, it means a small problem or a small weakness. It's the chink in her armor, and she expressed it exquisitely. May I comment to Master Femi when he said you can talk about anything and everything? It's a breathing example of rhyming words in figurative language, and that was and that was enchanting. Toastmaster Abdullah used the lexicon of English with unparalleled eloquence. For instance, he said, an imperative circle of frustration. I was fascinated by that expression. Grammatically speaking, one speaker said you will feel incomplete. That ought to have been you will feel incomplete. One speaker said master of ceremony. That ought to have been master of ceremonies. We used interesting ubiquitously in this meeting. Enthralling, fascinating, enchanting, exhilarating. I would like to conclude by mentioning that speakers used certain words that captivated my attention. The TM Chidi, whimsical eyes, it means squint eyes. Abdullah used the word awestruck, then Yusuf used the word magnificent. Well done to all of the speakers. This is my report, Mr. General Evaluator, and I commend them to you as a matter of imperative significance.
Thank you, Toastmaster Craig. Is DTM Kubi back in the room? I can see him, but I cannot hear him. Don't we all just love it when the English doctor does his thing? I'm sure that we've all learned. Please make sure you commit all of that to memory. And for our guests in today's meeting, all of the evaluations, also make sure that you apply them to your own speeches. That is why they're being done, so that we could all learn from them. And we appreciate all the evaluators and all our speakers and our role players today. Now, we're going to be recognizing the best speeches for the table topics and the prepared speeches. They delivered and we voted, and I'm going to be announcing the winners. A very interesting thing is the winners of today's speeches would each get a copy of Toastmaster Craig's book, Elevate Your Expressions. You can have it in soft copy or hard copy. Thanks to our area director, that will be the gift for today's winners. Please, can you put your hands together for our area director? So you would have to learn to elevate your expressions. And of course, no better way to do it than with Toastmaster Craig's book, our ebullient grammarian for today. Okay, I'm waiting for the results so that I could announce the winners for today's speeches. Zoom Master, Hello, Zoom Master. Are you here with me?
Yes, I'm here. That will be sent to you.
Okay, so while we wait for that, I'm supposed to give my closing remark. I don't want to do that until we've announced and celebrated the speakers. Well, I can see that some guests joined the meeting. I can see new names. Want to say welcome. This is the Pacesetters Toastmasters Club, and this is our reunion meeting after a while. And we have had a very interesting and insightful meeting here today. We've had our table topics, our prepared speeches, and we've had what we just finished was the evaluation session, which we do at every Toastmasters meeting where everything is evaluated. Okay. I don't know, is Toastmaster Kubi, DTM Kubi, is he on the call because he's supposed to give us his general evaluation while we wait? Okay, not yet. Okay, I think I can see the message from the Zoom Master. Toastmaster DTM Kubi, are you back in the room?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, could you give us your general evaluation? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I will do that as quickly as I can because I know our time is fast spent. I want to commend the planners of this meeting for the fact that the preparation has been adequate. The role players were consulted and confirmed a while before today and communicated across board. The meeting has also been very well publicized, which has resulted in, at this point, 18 people on the call, even though we are 23 minutes beyond the time we are supposed to close the meeting. And this is for a club meeting that hasn't held in a while. That is something to commend. Well done to all the planners. I also want to commend the fact that the meeting was called to order very smoothly, very professionally, and the role players described their roles in ways that would be very clear, even for those who are new to Toastmasters. The table topics master, for the table topics session, I want to give this commendation to the table topics master, who reiterated the rules for the table topics session and employed a creative and innovative style to the table topics session today. That is the alignment style. And the prompts were easy, relevant, and engaging. Very well done. For the topics evaluator and the speech evaluations, I want to commend them for giving motivational, respectful, and helpful evaluations to all the speakers and table topics respondents. The networking break was a nice one because it made for, it relieved the, would I say, the seriousness of the beginning of the meeting and also helped the club to connect with the intending members and even the members who were returning in this reunion meeting. The prepared speeches were great. And of course, the speakers showed that they were very well prepared for these speeches. The comment, or what I said, the recommendation I would like to give is one that is directed at myself, the general evaluator, whose network had been a bit choppy throughout the course of this meeting. So to avoid such an occurrence in the future, I will personally make sure that I have at least 2 different data services so that I can switch between them if one is not as effective as would be expected. Be that as may, I want to commend every Toastmaster who have stepped in for another role player who might have been absent or who experienced difficulties like myself. That is the spirit and very well done to all of you. Thank you to everyone that's contributed to this meeting, the planners, the role players, and even our guests who have attended today. You have all joined together to help us have a wonderful meeting, which we have all learned and benefited from. Look forward to more meetings of Pacesetters Toastmasters. And at this point, I give control back to our president and Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deborah Hirakan.
Hello. Sorry, my network threw me out for just 2 seconds.
Oh, I just handed over control to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, thank you. That was perfect timing. Thank you so much, the General Evaluator. And oh my, okay, so we have our vote for our speaker and our table topics. For our table topics, we had 3 speakers and we had a total of 10 votes. With 1 vote, we had Toastmaster Victor, 4 votes for DTM Abdullahi, and DTM Chidi had a whopping 5 votes, which makes DTM Chidi the winner for today's table topics session. Please give her a round of applause. And in our prepared speeches, we had 3 speakers, but 1 speaker was disqualified for overshooting her time. And we had Toastmaster TT and DTM Abdullahi with a total of 13 votes, and Toastmaster TT led with 12 votes, making her the winner of the prepared speeches session. Please put your hands together for Toastmaster TT. They will both get a copy of this lovely book by our English doctor, Toastmaster Craig Esowode, Elevate Your Expressions. And I'm sure that by the time we see them in our next Toastmasters meeting, they will sound as close as possible to the English doctor, if it's ever possible to sound like the English doctor. He's just a whole standard. Thank you so very kindly, Toastmasters and guests. I want to say again that I appreciate your presence in today's meeting and for staying this long on the call. We do not take that for granted. It shows that we are in your good favor. And we hope that moving forward at the Pacesetters Toastmasters Club, we would have this kind of experience again and again. It has been an honor serving as your Toastmaster for the day. And at this point, I will relinquish my control to the Area Director, Toastmaster Yusuf Akpeno.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day and President of Pacesetters Toastmasters Club. I must commend your magnificent facilitation of the entire session. It was an amazing job. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, our time is fast spent, so I will just spend the next 2 minutes to speak about Pacesetters Toastmasters Club. Is a club that is domiciled in Area 17, Division F, and is meant to be a club situated in the city of Ibadan. At the moment, we are having an online meeting because we don't yet have a permanent venue. So our plan going forward, on one hand, is to continue to do a virtual meeting. So we want to be meeting once every month for now, and we would like to seek for your support because it's not easy for a new club, to get everything right at the beginning. So we will be relying on your support going forward. The second thing we want to do, while we are also going to be meeting online, is to also work with our stakeholders in Ibadan to be able to get a permanent venue so that this meeting can be held physically rather than coming online. So we want to get a permanent venue. Toastmaster Deborah is the president of the club, and she's been working very hard to galvanize everyone within that locality to be able to sort of get a venue. But we also want to appeal to everyone here. So if you have the contacts, if you know someone that can help us, I mean, if you know people in government, of course, Toastmaster is there to sort of benefit everyone. So we are open to have a conversation. We are willing to have a meeting with you or to come to Ibadan to be able to have a physical venue. So we are going to be exploiting that option to be able to get a physical venue, and we're also going to be meeting online. So we want to appeal to you to please support us in this journey. It's not going to be easy, but our plan is that by Q1 2024, we want to have registered this club with Toastmasters International. And we want to have minimum of 20 functional paid members. And I believe we can do it. So we want to appeal to everyone here present to please reach out, give us the contacts, and let us get Pacesetters Toastmasters going in the city of Ibadan. So I would like to maybe invite the division director to say a few words with regards to how division is also supporting this journey. So DTM Kubi, you can seize the virtual space from me. All right, I think DTM, we can't hear you, but in the interest of time, I think I will just return the control. I will just say a very big thank you to everyone for attending today's session. We hope to be more than this. The next meeting is going to come up in January, 3rd Saturday of the month precisely. So we are going to also call on you again to join the meeting and play a role. Please, let's reach out. Let's get more people to participate in Pacesetters Toastmasters meeting. Thank you very kindly. And I will now return to Madam President to give us the closing remarks and maybe mention a few things about what we also intend to do. Thank you.
Thank you so very kindly. Thank you to everyone who's made this meeting a success. Thank you to all the guests who have joined, the ones who joined earlier, the ones who joined in the middle, and the ones who have joined even at the tail end. I can see some familiar faces, and I know that it's the interest you have in personal and professional development that has brought you to this meeting today. And I can assure you that at Toastmasters, you will find what you're looking for. And dare I say, you will find more than what you're looking for. And that is a good thing in this context. So if you are interested, which I know you are, please, you can reach out to me. We could start to work on how you can become a member of Toastmasters Club. And I want to appeal to you. I'm someone who likes being a pioneer. This is the first club in Ibadan, and I want you to join me to pioneer the establishment of this club. I know that we can do it, and we can get Ibadan on the world map of Toastmasters International. Thank you very kindly once again. I will be reaching out to you. I can see some of you have reached out to me via email. Some have reached out to me via WhatsApp. I will be reaching out to you as well. I think I know everyone who's a guest on the call today, which were invited personally. And I'll reach out to you, and then we can start to initiate the process for becoming a registered member of Toastmasters Club here in Ibadan. Thank you once again. And with that, I can say that we have successfully come to the end of this reunion meeting, and we will see you in the next year, by God's grace, on the 3rd Saturday of January. God bless us all. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. DTMCD, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Area Director.
Thank you.
Really appreciate you
Yeah.
for helping pull this
It's been
through.
an enchanting Saturday morning for me. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The next time we are going to have a fiscal meeting, we'll bring DTM Chidi all the way from either Canada or the US. We'll pay for your flights, don't worry.
Yes, I believe that.
Pacesetters will pay for your flights, don't worry. We'll bring you live to
I'm looking forward to that meeting. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Enjoy the
Toastmaster Olufemi Adeyinka, good to see you again. Your tongue has started sounding like the Canadians. It's no longer sounding like our Ibadan accent anymore.
Oh my goodness. Why are you like this, Debbie? Why are you like this? Putting me on the spot.
I miss you though. Seeing you just brought back so many good memories. Thank you.
I miss you as well. Same feelings here. Same feelings here. Area director, so close to see you.
Thank
you.
Spread the message in Canada.
Definitely. I look forward to having more meeting space with you all. So enjoyable. You can see it's midnight here, but it's like the meeting shouldn't end.
Wow.
So enjoyable to say the least.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kudis, for doing all the job of the Zoom master. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Well done.
Well done.
Don't worry. Pacesetters will hijack you from your club.
We don't mind. We need such an efficient time.
Technically. We hijack you. But we'll not be able to pay for those data analytics and all of that. We don't have that budget to be able to pay for that now.
Hey, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it.
We can get it for free. We're
Yes,
Toastmasters.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you for that open check. Really appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think I'll have to take my leave now.
Yes.
And I believe we all can.
Yes,
God bless you. Toastmaster Yusuf will talk in our chat.
Yes.
Thank you.